Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the Scarlet Cosplayer here, bringing you something a little different. I thought I would do a breakdown of the most recent comics and TV shows and etc. Now, if you guys like this episode, make sure to give a like down in below and leave a nice little comment and such like that. And yeah, just tell me what you guys think, and if you think I'm full of crap, let me know. Whatever. I just kind of thought about doing something new besides a cosplay review today. And with The Flash coming out last night, I'm kind of hopeful for this season. I'm not gonna lie. Season 5 of The Flash has started off very, very well. They have been, or at least currently, they have used the character of Nora just spot on, exactly like Bart Allen. Comes from the future, gets stuck, has, all the little moments. It's very reminiscent of my childhood while watching, like, Young Justice. And actually watching Bart and this is so Crash, dudes! It has a lot of reminiscent feelings on that. This episode is, like, pure Easter egg bait. Like, almost in all spans across DC Comics, there's something there. For instance, Nora mentions Lightning Lad, which is a member of the Legion of Superheroes. And then she mentions Ryan Choi, which was the second Atom. When Barry gets the new suit. And of course, the new suit, probably the most comic book accurate suit as of yet. Not a big fan of the cowl. Basically the head mask deal. But there is some parts of it that don't look that bad. I do love the sleekness of the suit. I love the boots. I can't wait for that to be available to do a review on it, because those boots look phenomenal. I might even make me some, just because those boots were sick. But yeah, apparently Ryan Choi makes the suit in the future, which is kind of dope. Of course, the character Gridlock, that's kind of cool. Interesting take on a villain that I haven't actually seen in the comics before, but not bad. Keeping up that whole weekly bus meta, Harrison Wells meta-human thing. Can't complain. Very reminiscent of season 1. And then, of course, the plane sequence pulled straight from the New 52 comic books, but using Wally and XS and Barry all to vibrate the plane at the same time. That was pretty awesome. Like, all of it is just a huge throwback. Like Barry's speech to Nora, while he literally just quotes what the Reverse Flash quoted him back in season 1. And then Ralph Dibny bringing up the little continuity error that everyone made a fit about last season with, hey, Harrison Wells said that he died, how's he alive thing, Like, this is just, they could not have done any better for a pilot for season 5. Season 3 really, really, really tanked. I'm talking like jumping the shark Happy Days tank. To the point where, to this day, the actors have no idea what was going on with season 3. Because I remember watching an interview maybe about a week or so ago where Grant Gustin was asked, hey, what's up with that whole Savitar thing? And he's just like, I don't know. I don't. No one knows about the whole Savitar thing. And then season 4 had its high points. I'll give it that. But there were also a lot of things that were very, the whole DeVoe just becoming overpowered thing that could have been, but that'll just be saved for another video. This is all comics this week and The Flash. But I give Flash Season 1, or Flash Season 5, Episode 1, probably a 9 out of 10. I will say, though, the cringiness behind Nora and Iris is very cringy. It's one of those where it's like, oh, you don't really matter enough to me. I see you every day kind of a deal. It's like they're playing on that, because I know that family's a huge part of all this, but they're playing on the idea that Barry, oh, spoiler alert, that Barry is dead in the future. Something happens and he's just gone for like 30 years or whatever, right? Well, the whole point behind that is she goes back in time to actually spend time with her father. Which, it's not bad. It's a noble thing to do to want to know your family. But the way that they kind of do it in a real world sense is like the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's the best way to describe it. So there was an episode where they first introduced their dad. And of course, they love the dad. He's a rock star. Even though the dad left him, he's still living the high life. He comes and visits, makes their lives better. They have the little moment where they're like, oh, we like dad better than mom. And then they go live with the dad, but then they're like, oh, living with the dad's terrible. I need to go back and live with mom, kind of a thing, If you guys understand that all what I'm talking about here, basically they were doing that with the whole Iris and excess, kind of feel to it, in my opinion, where even though, yes, they love them, she loves her mom, it's just the fact that she has spent no time with her father, and she spent all those years with her mother, to where she's like, I can run as fast as I want, I can control time, why would I spend another minute with my mom when I can go and hang out with my dad? A lot of the stuff that's been in trailers that, for like season 5 have all really kind of already happened. The new suit, the vibrating of the plane. A lot of it's just been kind of the same stuff for this episode. Kind of makes you worry a little bit on what they have planned coming up. But, if the rest of season 5 continues to go how season, this first episode was, I'm not going to worry about it because I think they're going to do just fine. I hope that they don't do what they did in season 4, where they have a really good pilot, and then it just starts falling apart. I don't want that. You've got amazing potential, Greg Berlanti and the writers over at the CW. You've got a lot of potential with Excess. You have a million other TV shows and movies that have done time travel, and someone from the future getting stuck in the past. Learn from their mistakes and take those episodes that are really good and apply it to The Flash. That's how you keep season 5 good. And in other news, they just released images of Ruby Rose as Batwoman, and oh my lord, it is lit. It is lit. Do they even say that anymore? You know what? We're just going to start saying shway. It's shway. I would say crash, but that just seems outdated. So, seeing Ruby Rose as Batwoman, even though I'm not a big Batwoman fan, I was like, holy crap, that's Batwoman. that's probably, I think that's better than a lot of the cosplays I've actually seen of Batwoman. Because I've seen quite a number of cosplays in the past year and a half or so. Gotta say, I love the suit. Love the way that they kept the wig. I love the Batman mask that she's kind of wearing with it. It's very Dark Knight Rises kind of a feel to it. It looks great. Yeah, it's just shui. It's all shui. Not feng shui, it's just shui. Okay. James Gunn has bounced back from his firing at Guardians to do Suicide Squad 2. So at least DC did something right that Marvel didn't. Shit everywhere you look. Hopefully that doesn't spiral out of control. Okay, but let's get down to breakdown of comics, what happened recently, what's gonna happen in the future. Now, I only read a few comic books. Okay, I mainly focus on Flash stuff. Might dive into Titans here and there. Probably am never gonna read Heroes in Crisis again. But to break it down, last thing I remember reading in Titans was they were hunting down metas that were created as a part of the Source Wall collapse. And I believe Brother Blood got a hold of them and that whole Blood cult. But it's been a couple weeks, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But today is comic book day, so we should see what happens next in that story. A story that I've been kind of following a lot better is the current Flash stuff. With the whole Flash war affecting everything, Barry and Wally broke the Force Wall, which unleashed a bunch of new forces out into the multiverse, like the Sage Force with telepathy and the Strength Force and the Still Force, and you know, they're all just like the Speed Force. You know, they all control basically a power. And they just recently discovered the Strength Force within the Trickster. And now Heatwave has like this Fire Force, which is kind of cool, honestly. Because it turns him into this like raging, burning pile of fire. It's kind of, he looks like the Human Torch. It's kind of dope. That's shui. Can we just label this the cringiness of the word shui now? Shui. But yeah, you know, Barry goes to check it out and finds out that he's got, you know, power to manipulate fire on that kind of a scale. And this week's issue will kind of discuss that a lot more and how Barry will try to take him down. But, you know, they'll probably get done either in this issue or the next one and then move on to a new force. And then, so yeah, that comes out today. And then Heroes in Crisis doesn't come out for a couple more weeks. But I'm going to tell you all right now, it's not worth it. Okay? If you're following it, you know, all my fans out there in the world that watch these videos and think I'm something special, it's because I grew up with these characters. I know a little bit about them. You know, they're a lot of my childhood, because my childhood was not that great. Abusive father, everyone left. Yeah. This kind of went a little dark. But, back on topic. Heroes in Crisis was basically it is going to be a 9-issue little story arc that just kills everyone. Spoiler alert, they did what Infinity War did, but with DC characters. They just killed them all off. And, you know, like some of the more notable ones that have had problems because they send all these heroes that are having like superhero PTSD to this mental hospital for superheroes, which isn't a bad concept, but you know, from the very beginning when they first mention it in the Flash comics with, you know, Superman and Wonder Woman taking him away to Sanctuary, that just doesn't seem right. You know? Like, isolation is not something you want to give to someone who just lost his family and can't figure out how to get them back. I mean, I'm just saying here, the last thing you want to do to someone that ran so fast that he broke the ability to time travel is to put him in isolation when all he wants to do is just find his kids. You know, and he wasn't, you know, Wally wasn't the only one that was sent to Sanctuary. They sent Roy Harper in there, but of course Roy is known for having his substance abuse issues. They put Booster Gold in there, which I don't exactly know why he did that. Besides, he was just kind of there to help out. They put Harley Quinn in there, probably to rehab her up. Lagoon Boy, a Green Lantern was also there, but they don't show who it was. But I think it might have been Guy. I don't know. I don't keep up with the Green Lantern books, but it would just make more sense that they would have killed off Guy Gardner because nobody really likes him. But they roll up, you know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They go into the little house of Sanctuary and they see everyone dead. That's Wally's dead, Roy's dead, Goon Boy, Green Lantern, just everyone there is dead. And supposedly Tim Drake was there for a time, having to deal with the fact that he died, came back to life, was brought back to life from a alternate future version of himself. It's confusing. But he left Sanctuary, so he's still alive, and they're bringing back Young Justice as a comic series, so that'll be fun. You know, we're going to have Superboy, we're going to have Tim Drake Robin, we're going to have Impulse, because they just brought him back into the comics, but they haven't done anything with him yet. That won't be that bad. They also announced that they're going to do Flash Year 1, which I'm kind of excited about, and I hope they make that into an animated film. I also wish they'd turn Flash War into an animated film, because that would look really cool. And cast me. Come on, DC, I'm waiting. My phone number will be, you know, in the description below. Just hit me up already. Be like, hey, yo, you're Wally West. Get over here. Be our Wally. Also, and speaking of Wally, they were doing a production known as Stargirl, and they confirmed Kid Flash was going to be in it. So, fingers crossed, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of on edge. I'm going through a lot. Just lost my job. And my parents are going through a divorce. Kind of taking a dark turn. But I'm trying to stay positive for you guys. I've still got a couple of videos I need to post about, like, my Venom review. A couple of suit reviews. You know, just kind of a few things here or there. And, yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. But just kind of wanted to touch topic on, you know, the Flash and the death of Wally. So, let's just commemorate this to being about Wally. You know, you come out of the Speed Force and you get killed off 3 different times. DC, fix your stuff. But without further ado, I think that's just gonna kind of end today. And as always, if you like, make sure to comment, subscribe. If you want more of these little lecture videos, I'm sorry it's kind of long today. Next time I'll make a script if you guys want me to continue this. But yeah, if you guys like it, share it, comment, whatever. Maybe even follow me. That'd be great. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.